Your footsteps are not random, and your breaths are not wasted. In the hush before dawn, when the world is quiet enough to hear the threads of your own heart, a gentle truth rises. Your journey has a purpose. Not because you have done everything right, not because you have never hesitated, but because God has chosen to weave your ordinary days into an extraordinary tapestry. You may not see the full design yet. In fact, most of the time, you will only catch a glimpse, like a thin silver line on the horizon. Yet that is enough to keep walking. It is enough to say yes to the next faithful step. Perhaps you are in a valley that feels too long, where the sky seems low and the air tastes like yesterday's storms. You wonder if God has gone silent, if you misread the map, if the ache you carry has become your new name. But hear this in a voice that never rushes. Your sorrow is not a dead end. It is a doorway. Your waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. God is not late. He is exact. Maybe your heart is learning a rhythm that cannot be hurried. The rhythm of trust, the cadence of mercy. Every turn you have taken, every pause, every unexpected detour, none of it has been wasted in His hands. There are chapters of you that you have not yet read. Pages that look blank, but are actually being written in invisible ink that appears only in the right light. There is a light, and it will come. It will come at the appointed hour and reveal how your disappointments were binding you to deeper wisdom, how your unanswered prayers were training you to hear the whisper beneath the thunder. God's purposes do not merely pass through the mountaintop moments. They are kneaded into the daily bread of doing the next small good thing, of listening longer than is comfortable, of forgiving where there is no applause, of staying when leaving would be easier. Do not despise the smallness of the seed. A seed looks like an ending, a burial, a goodbye. But the soil knows the truth. A seed is a beginning dressed as surrender. God has placed seeds in your hands, talents you call too little, relationships you call too complicated, chances you call too late. Plant them anyway. Bury them in prayer. Water them with courage, and let the seasons do their slow, holy work. Every faithful act is a furrow God can fill. Every day you choose integrity over impulse, you loosen the ground for fruit you cannot yet imagine. I know the night can make the heart bargain. You find yourself saying, if I had more time, if I had a clearer sign, if I were stronger. But the night is not your enemy, it is your classroom. It teaches you to live by promise, not sight. It teaches you that the lamp at your feet is enough for the next step, even if it is not enough to light the entire road. God is not playing hide and seek with your future. He is escorting you through it, one faithful breath at a time. The questions may not be answered yet, but they are heard, and being heard is its own kind of answer. Lift your face to the quiet and notice how your heartbeat has survived every storm. It is proof of a design that outlives discouragement. You are not drifting in a void. You are being carried along a river that knows its destination. The bends are not mistakes. They are mercy. The pauses are not rejections. They are refinements. And the companions who walk beside you, some for a mile, some for a lifetime, are not accidents. They are chapters of grace. Trust that God selects your teachers in disguise. A stranger's kindness, a door that closes, a door that creaks open, a promise you were brave enough to keep. You may think your story has been ruined by the choices you regret, but grace is not fragile. It does not shatter when it brushes against our failure. It becomes more beautiful. God is not shocked by the edges of your humanity. He knew them before you felt them. That is why the path is marked with altars of return, moments when you can come back to the place where you last held hope and pick it up again. Repentance is not the end of the song. It is the verse that lets the chorus soar. Redemption does not erase the past. It redeems its power and reassigns its purpose. If you need a sign to keep going, let it be this: the breath you are taking now. The unforced miracle of oxygen entering your lungs is a rehearsal for the freedom that is coming. You do not need to know the exact date of your breakthrough to practice gratitude for the small dawns that arrive each morning. Let the certainty of God's character be your map when the landmarks change. He has never failed to finish what He begins. He will not start failing with you. Hold this like a lantern when the road dips and turns. You are led, you are loved, and your journey has a purpose. Some will tell you to build a life from the outside in, from applause, position, attention. But purpose grows from the inside out, from obedience, from compassion, from a heart taught by silence. When you care for the person no one sees, when you honor a promise that only God knows you kept, you are stepping into the stream of His intention. Purpose is not the size of your platform, it is the posture of your soul. Live open-handed and the river will carry you farther than striving ever could. Let us speak to the parts of you that still flinch, that believe blessings must be earned, that wait for the thunder to prove the rain. You are not auditioning for God's affection. You are already loved, already called, already seen. Your task is not to impress heaven, but to agree with it. Agreement looks like quiet faithfulness, like building an altar out of ordinary Tuesdays, like choosing kindness when cynicism feels smarter. The kingdom grows in fields that look unimpressive. Let your heart be such a field. Right here, at this middle place in your listening, I want to ask for something small and sincere. If this message finds you, if it steadies your breath or brightens your path even a little, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your simple act helps this whisper travel to someone else who needs it, and together we become a chorus where one voice alone would feel too quiet. Return with me now to the river. See how it refuses to argue with the stones. It simply shapes them. Purpose works like water, persistent, patient, gentle enough to hold, strong enough to carve a canyon. Your setbacks are not concrete walls. They are soft earth to a determined stream. Where you think you have reached a dead end, purpose is already tunneling. Where you fear the story has stalled, grace is already germinating. Keep moving. The smallest forward is still forward, and God can multiply your inches into miles. Imagine your life as a pilgrim's lantern. The more you protect its flame with your cupped hands, the more clearly you see the faces around you. Purpose is never only about you. It is about who warms their hands at your fire, who finds their way because you kept yours lit. Share the bread you have, even if it is not yet the feast you hoped for. The miracle of multiplication begins with a willingness to give what seems insufficient. In God's arithmetic, surrender is never subtraction. It is the opening notes of abundance. There will be mornings when courage wakes up late. Do not scold it. Invite it to the table. Set a place for doubt and let faith pour the coffee. You are allowed to be unfinished while still being faithful. You are allowed to carry questions and keep your promises. God is not threatened by your humanity. He meets you within it. And when your legs are tired, He will not shame your pace. He will match it. The shepherd does not love the sprint more than the shuffle. He loves the sheep, each one. Do not measure your progress with someone else's ruler. Their map was drawn for their mountains. Yours has forests that teach different songs, deserts that teach a different thirst. Let comparison lose its grip. You will miss the voice that is guiding you if you are busy listening for someone else's affirmation. Purpose is not a finish line where one person wins and another loses. It is a field where everyone can plant, a table where everyone can be fed, a sanctuary where everyone can sing. Look back for a moment with gentleness. See the places you survived. See the nights you did not think would end, and the mornings you met anyway. Those are not accidents. They are altars. Stack them in your memory like stones by a river crossing. When the future trembles, touch those stones. Remember that you have crossed waters before, and the one who led you then has not changed his hands. Gratitude is not denial of the hard. It is the declaration that the hard did not win. Lift your eyes to the horizon and let hope draw a line where fear once scrawled question marks. You are not required to predict tomorrow. You are invited to inhabit today. Breathe like you trust the air. Speak like you trust your calling. Work like you trust the Lord of the harvest. Purpose is not a secret prize hidden from you. It is a lamp entrusted to you. Tend it. Feed it with truth. Guard it from winds of bitterness and storms of hurry. Let it burn steady, even when it burns small. Perhaps you worry that you have missed your moment. Hear the kindness in this. Your moment is not one fragile window that snapped shut while you blinked. Your moment is the next step you can take in love. It is the phone call, the apology, the brave beginning, the letter you finally send, the lunch you share, the prayer you whisper in a parked car because words feel heavy. God finds you in these small obediences and turns them into paths. He is very good at turning small obediences into paths. At the day's end, when you slip into the quiet and wonder if you did enough, listen again for the voice that does not accuse. It does not keep score the way fear keeps score. It asks simpler questions. Were you faithful? Did you love? Did you listen? If the answer is yes, then rest.